evening.
Guys, go ahead with your questions.
Rob, I would love to know what you said to the group at halftime. Wasn't like 11 years ago tonight, anything like that, but you probably weren't too happy.
I wouldn't say I was unhappy with it. There's definitely room for improvement. I think there was a couple of little adjustments we made to the press to try and get more pressure on the ball. Because I thought when we were pressing and when we were we did force some turnovers and had some chances out of it too. So it was encouraging the guys to continue to be more aggressive with that. And probably just releasing Charles and Elliott a little more into the press as well. So that was one thing. And then it was really as well, just like we just got to be a little bit cleaner on the ball. I think there was a few sloppy little turnovers that could have given us more control of the game. So I wouldn't say I was unhappy. There's definitely room for improvement, but I kind of tried to read the room when I got in there, and the guys were feeling pretty good and felt as though something was coming. So tried to kind of harness that as well.
You talk a little bit about that goal that Chico again finds space in a real small area and is able to put one in.
Yeah, I mean that's his, that's his strength. That's what we try and encourage him to keep doing. Again, we don't discourage him, but we don't put a huge onus on the amount of build-up that he has to get involved in. He'll do it when he needs to, and he'll challenge for balls. But yeah, anytime the ball's in the attacking third, his job is to be in the box. Find a little bit of pockets of space, try and get at the blind spot for the defender, and be ready to pound to beat it.
How about the back heel to Charles? I mean, I couldn't see if he had saw him or if he just felt some sort of presence behind it. It was a real pretty pass.
Yeah. I think sometimes it is. You just feel it, right? And yeah, I think having Charles in that position too helped us. We challenged him this year to try and get more goals, get more assists. And certainly tonight as well, we encourage him anytime the ball's on the right side of the field, make sure you're getting in around the backside. He has a little bit of a habit of hovering in the middle of the field and wants to get on it and wants to be nice. And it's like, no, don't get yourself some opportunities to score tonight as well. And then, great awareness by Chico as well to find him. So, really happy with both goals.
Can you talk a little bit about Elliott and his play tonight? He was a spark plug.
Yeah.
Every time I turned around, on the ball. We talked about it at the press box. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's frustrated because he hasn't scored. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I looked already. I think most touches in the box from a player, most shots on goal from a player. So yeah, that's the quality he has. He's a little bit of kind of he's a little bit kind of unpredictable, which at times can be hard to read for the other guys. But we know that he's always going to give us that threat, right? And he always wants to create a shot, always wants to create a cross. So yeah, again, he's frustrated that he hasn't kind of scored a goal tonight, but he makes defenses worry. He occupies 2-3 guys at any given time. So anytime he's out there, he's going to cause problems.
The frantic pace, changing pace of this match, the first half and the second, and how you felt like you needed to take control of the tempo. You felt like the tempo needed to be your favorite.
Yeah, I think we try and create the tempo by being aggressive in our press. Like Adam and I talk about it all the time. Like our best performances are always when our press is on point and when we're turning the other team over and we create, opportunities out of that. We just generally play better. We look better in possession when our press is on. We get more set pieces. I feel like we've been pretty dangerous from set pieces this year too. So again, there was times in the first half where I don't think it was for lack of effort, but they were able to just kind of figure a way to get out, and then it dropped us off. So again, the adjustment to half time was to try and release those wide, Charles and Elliott to just be a bit more aggressive, maybe move the lines a little bit higher too, and take some calculated risk in trying to win it back. And then the goal always helps too. And the one thing I have as well, I think the guys who came in continued to press the ball. There's been a couple of games this season where we've gone a goal ahead, or we've kind of dropped off. When we've been comfortable with the result, we've dropped off and let other teams have a lot of the ball. And Max came on and pressed, Judy came on and pressed, Trevor came on and pressed. Jackson did a great job when he came on too. So to be able to keep the momentum and effectively kill the game, I didn't really feel. Think back to Detroit a few weeks back, like they were still throwing the kitchen sink that was late on in that game. I didn't really feel too much pressure late on in this one.
And you have a lot of attacking options at the top. We're starting to see Robbie maybe sit back and just talk about those adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to find the right balance to, again, give us more control in possession. Elliott, Sam, Robbie, DG, Chico, all on the field at any given time, that's going to create problems. That's going to create chances. I challenged all of those guys today. Like, this is a quite attacking lineup. We have to make sure that we do our defensive work. Everybody chips in, whether it's pressing high, whether it's getting back into the block and being really hard to break down. And I think for the most part we did that. So when we can defend that well as a unit and have those guys on the field, I think it's a good kind of mix.
No. You're 10 games in now to this season. Since taking over, if you look at the numbers from a year ago, 10 games in, it's night and day. Talk about where you're at right now with this. You've got your staff, you've got this team in place, and you seem to be doing.
Yeah, trying not to get too carried away because I think things can change so quickly, right? It was, our last home game we were sitting here pretty, feeling pretty beat up about dropping a home game and not really doing enough that night to get a result. So, I think we got to be realistic, and we have a pretty important stretch of games coming up. We have the Charleston game, obviously, which is an opportunity in a cup. But then we have Indy, we have Harvard. These are all teams in and around us. So things can change quickly. So this is a good performance again to kind of start this little kind of middle third of the season. But we have to build on it because we have, teams are going to. Over this next 10 games, teams are going to move up, they're going to move down. You want to be in the position to really challenge for that top 4 spot once you get into that final couple of months. But yeah, like I say, I think we've ironed out some of the kinks from earlier in the season. We've talked about it so many times, but the defensive issues earlier in the season, we feel like we've worked through a lot of those. And again, now it's kind of to John's question, it's about finding that right balance in possession, giving us enough threat, making sure we can still defend as a unit. And again, tonight, obviously really happy. So.
Talking about your defense and in the second half, no shots on goal, and the consistency as you bring people off the bench. Where's your comfort level in knowing, who to sub, when to sub? I mean, it looks like today was kind of perfect. The way it worked out. I mean, the defense. I mean, they were tremendous in the second half. They couldn't do anything, and they were down. They were trying.
We put a lot of time and effort into it. Again, I think. It kind of forced our hand a little bit earlier in the season because we were a little bit leaky. I think we tried really hard as a staff, but also as a group, to identify what was going wrong and really put a lot of time and effort into it. I think we've seen probably a little bit of a drop off on the offensive side. Just give up a little bit of possession. Those early few games of the season, we had a lot of the ball, but we're also giving up a lot of transition moments too. So we've tried to make sure we kind of get back to the basics defensively, and again work as a real kind of strong unit and I think the other thing too is like the guys' roles are starting to become a lot more clear now, which helps when you have to put a sub in. Like Max has played a lot of right back, but I think we've added a lot of clarity to the group where Max can go in a right wing and do a really good job. Junior can play left back, he can play left wing, he can go in and do a really good job. Trevor understands the role when he goes in. Jackson Walty, probably a little bit unfortunate not to start tonight, but goes in and does a great job just kind of sitting in that kind of middle pocket. So again, not getting carried away, it's one game, but when the guys kind of defend like that and buy in defensively, again, if we have those guys on the field, we'll create chances to score.
You got Charleston Battery coming up. They're kind of known for having a physical dominance. What's going to be the approach going into this match?
Well, when we talked about the defense, right? So we're going to have to make sure we're stronger defensively. When we went there on the opening day, we were a little bit too passive in the press, and we let them get a lot of momentum early on. And by the time we finally wrestled a little bit of control back into that game, and we gave up a set piece right on the stroke of half time. So I think we as a group are in a much better place now. They'll also be 10 games better than they were, back in March. So, again, we're going to have to go there and be stubborn defensively, and we're going to have to work hard. It's a tough place to go for sure. Big field, grass field. They're a good side in possession. But we can take some confidence from tonight's performance and also kind of treat next week as an opportunity. If we beat them, gives us a really good chance to progress in the group, right? So we can almost approach it with a little bit of kind of a don't want to say free hit mentality, but let's go and have a go. Let's try and win the game. A draw is probably not enough to progress from the group, so let's go and have a real good try at winning the game. All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Rob?
All right, guys, some questions. Charles, you gotta like scoring goals against teams from Florida.
Yeah. I'm from Florida, so there's that added stuff before the game, but I don't like to think about it too much. Just try to help the team at all costs. That's really important.
Did you say anything? Did you scream at Albert? How did he know? I mean, it was just.
Or did he just step back?
Was there any communication?
Yeah, I mean, I was screaming at him. I always do, but he likes to score goals. He's good at that, but ball got played a little bit behind him, and I mean, Chico's really good. I mean, he's good at scoring goals, but he's also good at setting us up. And we work on that stuff in training too. So I got to give credit to him, and then Elliott too on the counter. But yeah, it was just he set it up well for me, and then I had to score.
You think it was just him? You're feeling your presence? I mean, was it?
Yeah, I mean, I was yelling, so I mean,
Okay.
if he didn't hear me, then he just definitely checked his shoulder or something. But no, it was good from him. I mean, the guy was in front of him, and then he just laid me off. Yeah, it's hard to miss from there. So.
Talk about your defensive effort tonight. I mean, you guys looked like you were in sync all together. And it was second half, no shots on goal. So I mean, impressive. Talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know that the shots on goal part, but no, that's an MO of our team. I mean, Rob says it to us every day in training. We come out, especially at home. I mean, at our home F&B Stadium, we got to put in the work, and we pride ourselves on that, defending from the front, and then it translates to the back line. So clean sheets aren't only on the keeper, back line, midfield, also on the attackers, putting the work up there, and then obviously you get rewarded with goals from that. So.
Just kind of growing through this season yourself, you probably, I would admit, you probably have different good games, bad games, that sort of thing. Just talk about that and then getting to this point and what's ahead.
Yeah. No, it's been a good second season. I mean, I'm still learning, obviously. Still one of the youngest guys on the team. Even with the rookies coming in, some of them are older than me. But no, just trying to keep improving every day. I mean, that's really what the coaching staff wants from me. Just keep getting better. And obviously, I've struggled a little bit in the beginning of the season, but just trying to find form and really just help the team at all costs. Whether that's goal assists, defending, pressing, anything. So.
Miami's known for being a possession and control team. It looks like you guys just took that away from them tonight. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, it was a pretty dominating performance.
Yeah, I think the first half went both ways for sure. I think they had maybe not good chances, but they had some possession on the ball. We did too. A couple of chances here and there, but then I think once we put the first away, we kind of dominated, I would say, and then the second went in, and then from there we sat off a little bit, gave them a little bit more possession, but. Obviously, like he said, I mean, no shots on goal in the second half. I don't remember a great chance from them in the first half either. So we pride ourselves on that. I mean, and we back ourselves as attackers. If they don't score, we're probably going to win the game. So.
Did Rob say anything interesting at halftime? It was 0-0. There was kind of a weird pace in the first half with the adjustments, and obviously the second half effort was really impressive.
No, he just said come out flying. Really, first 5 minutes going to dictate the second half. We did that with an early goal, and then just keep pressing, keep going, and some of the outside backs had yellow cards, so he was telling our attackers to go at them, keep going. I mean, he was satisfied with the first half, but not pleased, obviously, because we were tied. So he was just telling us to keep going. If we kept up the intensity, I mean, we were going to come out 3 points.
11 years ago tonight, what happened here? Rob was in the lineup, and they were down 3-0, 4-2, and 5-3 in stoppage time. They won 6-5.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So I asked him about halftime. I said, did you hear the same speech? Did you get the same speech your coach gave when you guys were down 3-0?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about that, but this is kind of a historical night to come up with quite a result like that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. No, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, just talk about that, the crowd tonight and the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, the atmosphere was huge tonight. I think it was the most fans we've had all season this year. And I mean, it showed in the first half. It showed, and in the second half when guys are getting tired. I mean, both teams are tired. The fans are pushing us through. I mean, it's hard not to work with these fans. So, just working hard and glad to get a goal in front of the fans and then just hop up and steal on and have fun and just celebrate with them. So.
Thanks, Charles.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you guys.
Congrats, man.
Go ahead with questions for Chico.
Albert, the goal coming in far post there. I mean, did you see it all the way, or were you and Perrin kind of looking at each other? What was going on there?
Yes, so obviously I always ask Perrin to put that ball in a good position. Like me, I'm the fox in the box, so that's why I operate. That's my house, that's my space, and he had that chance to do it in the first half, and in the halftime I was like, just put the ball in a good position, I'm gonna be there. So you put the ball in a good position, and the only thing I have to do is just direct the ball.
Talk about, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Talk about the second goal, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel him behind you? This is Star Wars night, so did you feel him behind you? And he says he always screams at you.
Yeah.
So let's hear your side of it.
So the second goal was kind of a little bit tricky because when I was making my movement, I was taking the ball like between the line, between the defenders, and then I wasn't in the same page with Elliot. He was trying to put it on my left so I can take a touch, and then I have to adjust my body, and Charles was making a good position at that moment. I was like, all right, I just have to set it and then
Great assist.
get really great finish for me.
Talk about the team right now, 10 games in, where you're at. I mean, if you weren't here last year, you were Rhode Island. I mean, statistically, it's a great day. Twice as many goals, twice as many wins, and more points, obviously. So, talk about the locker room and how you guys feel, and why things have, you're against what right now? In terms of first quarter of the season, you've done fairly well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give that credit to the coaches, because I feel like the first week when I got here, I already knew the plan. I already knew my job, and that was something that I'm not gonna say bad thing about Rhode Island. That's something that like after 2 years I didn't know my role, but with Rob after 1 week I already know my role, and he's such a good guy, like keeping the locker room like always in the good vibe, like always working. So that part of lady I'm gonna give it to the coaches, and he's someone that we trust a lot. He's someone that we trust a lot, and we will go out there like fight for him and do everything to win games.
Miami's known for being a possession and control team. Seems like you guys. What was the message at halftime? Because it seems like you guys like adjusted and were able to, come out and with a little bit more energy in the second half.
Yeah, the message was clear. Like during the halftime, he just told us like to be patient, to just be calm, because we felt like the goal was coming, and we have to be like. We have to take that chance if we have in the second half. So luckily, during the first 5 minutes when we were working, we put a good ball and we scored.
Robbie got into a little mix up there. I was just wondering what you observed and saw in that. We don't ever seen him do that.
Yeah, I love it from Robbie. So I love it. Sometimes I'm like, guys, you guys are too nice. He did that fire, he did it on me, and I'm happy he did that, and he was smart about it too. So
What's it like playing with a lot of the attacking options? Rob talked about before the match. He spoke with everybody. He was like, we're really going with this lineup tonight.
Yeah.
You just kind of have high expectations. But just being able to interchange those guys. It seems Robbie and Danny can play deeper, but still have all these other options.
Yeah, so this week we focus a lot about attacking. Focus a lot about attacking, and everyone has to do his job. And I was trying to do my job. Even when I was not getting the ball, I have to make runs. I have to stretch the defense to create space for Sam or Elliot. And Robbie was the one running the show. So every time when we have the chance, we have to give him the ball, doing stuff like that. So everyone was in the same page today. And in the other day, we could score 5 or 6 goals today, but we end up with 2-0 and we played shit. So I'm happy about that.
You've come a long way since your first match here in 2020 in terms of the atmosphere here. Just talk about tonight, what it was like. It just seemed like there's so much going on. It's very fascinating. And you guys are focused on the field, but still seeing that as an atmosphere must have been pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a goal. I felt like I didn't play here forever. And coming here, scoring, getting a win is something different. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight, so, that happiness still on me, so yeah.
You're going into Charleston next week, and Charleston's known to having some physical dominance. I guess what's the approach this week? In preparation, going down there, because let's face it, it's pretty hostile environment playing down there, and I know you've played down there before. So what's kind of the approach going into the week?
Obviously, the approach is always to go get a win. We know Charleston is one of the teams that has struggled a lot the last couple of years. And this part of the game, we're gonna let it to the staff. I'm sure they're gonna come up with a good plan. So the only thing we have to do is just follow the plan and control what we can control, and the rest. Yeah.
Thanks, Nico.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
How many goals so far, John?